Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about an idea from Brian Moran that basically flips everything you thought you knew about goal setting right on its head.
All right, so let's just jump right into this. Set your yearly goals on fire. Wow, that sounds pretty harsh, right? But here's the thing. There's a really powerful truth behind it. It's why huge companies like Apple and Morgan Stanley actually pay attention to this guy. See, the problem isn't that we're all just lazy. It's that the whole system we use for annual goals, well, it's just completely broken.
You know the feeling, right? It's January 1st. You're fired up, you've got the new gym membership, big plans, all these new habits you're going to start. But the real problem is what I call the illusion of time. The deadline is a whole year away, so there's absolutely no urgency. We tell ourselves, oh, I've got plenty of time. And then, boom, it's March, and all that motivation, it's pretty much gone. Okay, so Section 1, Why Annual Goals Fail. To really get why this happens, we have to look at how the absolute best of the best operate. And here's a hint. They don't just work hard all year. They work smarter, using these really focused cycles. So professional athletes, they use this incredible system called periodization. Let's take an Olympic swimmer, for example. They don't just, swim for the whole year. No way. They'll spend, say, 4 to 6 weeks working on nothing but endurance. Then the next block is all about speed. And after that, it's all about refining their technique. Each chunk of time has one single intense focus. And this is where it gets really interesting when you see it laid out like this. On one side, you have the athlete using these intense, focused cycles to get to peak performance. And then there's us. We try to do everything at once. I'm going to go to the gym, learn to code, and study for that big exam all year long. And what happens? We kind of make a little bit of progress on everything, but we never really achieve excellence in anything. So that brings us to Section 2, the 12-week year. And this is the big question, right? What if you could bottle up that crazy end-of-the-year, deadline-is-looming intensity and use it all year round? What if you could just create that urgency whenever you needed it? Well, that's the big idea behind the 12-week year. It's a simple rule, but it changes everything. Stop thinking in 52 weeks. Your new year is now only 12 weeks long. It's a total mental shift. Suddenly, you can't procrastinate anymore. Every single week matters. Heck, every single day matters. There's just no time to waste because that end-of-the-year deadline, it's always right around the corner. Okay, Section 3, the 3 pillars of mindset. Look, having a system is great, but it's totally useless if you don't have the right mindset to back it up. So before we even talk about execution, we need to build a solid foundation on these 3 key principles. First up is accountability. This is huge. It's about taking 100% ownership. So let's say you get a bad grade. The blame game sounds like, the test was way too hard, or my teacher hates me. But the ownership mindset? That sounds like, you know what? I didn't prepare well enough. See the difference? Blaming people makes you a victim. Taking ownership gives you the power to actually change things next time. Pillar number 2, commitment. And listen, there is a world of difference between being interested in something and being committed to it. If you're just interested, you'll do what's easy, what's convenient. You'll work on it when you feel motivated. But when you're truly committed, you do whatever it takes, period. Excuses just aren't part of the equation anymore. And this story just nails the point perfectly. There was this student failing his classes, and he makes a commitment to his dad. I will get straight A's. And to make it real, he put a huge stake on it. If he failed, he'd owe his father 10 grand. But here's the thing. The money wasn't the point. It was the trigger. The real change happened when he decided to be committed to being a great student. He started going to every class, taking real notes, ditching the parties. The straight A's, at that point, they were pretty much guaranteed. And that brings us to the third and maybe the most important pillar, greatness in the moment. Look, success isn't about some big, heroic moment. It's not a grand finale. It's forged in all the tiny, unseen decisions you make every single day. It's about doing the hard thing, executing your plan, especially when nobody's watching and you really don't feel like it. I mean, just think about the story of Arunima Sinha. She was a national-level volleyball player, and she lost her leg after being thrown from a moving train. Lying in that hospital bed, she decided she was going to climb Mount Everest. Now, her greatness wasn't just standing on top of that mountain. Her greatness was built in the thousands of agonizing moments of training with a prosthetic leg, day after day, choosing discipline when despair was so much easier. That is greatness in the moment. All right, Section 4, the 5 disciplines of execution. So we've got the mindset down. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual system. Because let's be honest, motivation comes and goes. A solid system, that's what creates real, lasting change. So there are 5 key disciplines here that turn your vision into reality. First, you need a powerful vision. Where are you going? Then you plan, picking just 1 to 3 really important goals for your 12 weeks. After that, it's all about process control, having a weekly plan, and measurement, which we'll get to. And finally, how you use your time. This is the whole machine. Okay, let's talk about measurements. This number, 85%, is your magic number. It's your weekly execution score. Basically, you track the critical tasks you said you were going to do each week. Did you do them? Yes or no? The rule is brutally simple. If you score above 85%, you're on track to hit your goal. If you score below 85%, you won't. It's not about feelings or excuses, it's just about the numbers. And last but not least, you have to control your time, or it will absolutely control you. This means blocking out your week with intention. You need a strategic block. This is 3 hours of pure, uninterrupted deep work on your biggest goal. Then you have buffer blocks for all the annoying little things, emails, phone calls. And this one is so important, a breakout block. This is 3 hours a week of true rest. No work, no phone, nothing. Just recharge. Remember, success comes from structured work, not just working more hours. Okay, Section 5, your greatness in this moment. So we've gone through the mindset, the system, the structure. What's the one big idea you should walk away with? It's this. The results, yeah, they show up in 12 weeks. But your greatness, that is decided today. It's decided in this very moment. It's decided when you're exhausted, but you still do the work you planned. It's when you choose what you want most over what you want right now. That's the whole game. So here's the final question. Your next 12 weeks, your new year. It starts right now. Who are you going to become? Thanks for tuning into this explainer.